Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon out there in remote video land. We have breaking news. Our friends in the press, we have breaking news. Yesterday, the subway carried 4.56 million people. Busiest day on the subway since the onset of COVID. So, I mean, this is, the last record was December 2024. Just like the Billionth rider, we are continuing to get these, in the cycle of the year, we're getting these records earlier and earlier. And I just want to thank all of the riders. Today we're here to celebrate one rider who happens to be the 3 billionth Omni Tap, Russell Levy of the Upper East Side. He was rushing to pick up a child. That child is being left for, no. The mother, his spouse is going to pick up the child so Russell could be with here to celebrate another milestone, which is 3 billion taps. But it's a big day when we hit these new records, and we've done it again and again on the commuter rails recently. But it is for all of us who have participated and worked so hard, especially friends to my left and my right, Demetrius Critchlaw, the president of New York City Transit, Shanifa Riera, the chief customer officer. Bringing people back to transit has been a mission of a lifetime because we knew how much it was connected to the revival of New York. And what a great place to celebrate it. In some ways, the heart of our business district, and certainly one of the most iconic parts of the city, Rockefeller Center. So thrilled to be here to celebrate that with you. But that's not what this event was meant to be about. This event is about another celebration, which is that we are celebrating that we got to 3 billion taps, and everybody knows that tap and ride is the future. By the way, yesterday, that record 4.56 million riders, 90% tap and ride. 90% tap and ride, only 10% MetroCard. So you know we're making progress. Overall, we're at 87% tap and ride, which is far ahead of where we thought we were going to be at this time of year. We finished installing all 980 tap and ride machines, the ones with the Omni brand on them, all over the system. And we're working hard to convert the last few folks, that last 10%, to tap and ride. Now, Shanifa will say more about that in a minute, but if you thought that people were going to resist, you made a wrong bet, because among others, when we made tap and ride available to our reduced fare customers, which is the seniors and folks with disabilities, in a matter of months, they were at 60, 70%. So everybody is joining this switch to tap and ride. And because we have had such success getting everybody on board for tap and ride, we can start the process of saying goodbye to our dear friend, the MetroCard. We've been talking about this for a while now. It's been 32 years since we adopted the MetroCard, leaving behind his old friend, Mr. Token. But sales of MetroCard are going to end on New Year's Eve. And we're sending it off in style with a big farewell campaign that is worthy of an incredible New York icon like the MetroCard. We have partnered, and that's why all these great folks are behind me, including a few MTA folks. But we've partnered with some of the city's most celebrated food vendors: Alidoro, Carvel, Golden Cross, Gongcha, Stretch Pizza, and my childhood neighborhood fave, Zabar's. Thank you for being here, Scott. We've partnered with all these great food vendors to celebrate MetroCard's legacy. They're here, try them all. Word to our beat press, only one per item, okay? This is not meant to feed you and your families over the weekend. Please exercise some discretion and restraint. Prior experience has reminded me to make this announcement. But I do want to thank all the partners who are here, and I just mentioned them, for their creativity, for bringing a lot of samples as we celebrate the new era of fare payment and also celebrate MetroCard, which has served us well. But Tap and Ride is the future, so let us hear now from the one and only Shanifa Riera.
Thank you, Chair Lieber. And thanks to New Yorkers who have made the MetroCard such a cultural icon over the last few decades. And it is our job to create a product that makes our riders experience easy, convenient, and of course, making sure that they get the best value possible. So back in the 90s, the MetroCard represented a huge leap forward, especially those who lived in the two fare zones, like I did do in the Bronx. The MetroCard unlocked discounts that just was not possible like the token provided. So today, Tap and Ride promises to do much more. We are excited about the possibilities and the benefits for our customers. And as the chair mentioned, we have been hard at work over the past couple years to get everyone to understand and better utilize Tap and Ride. And that is evident, as he mentioned earlier, the 90% of our customers who are already participating and doing it every day. Now, to ease in to making it much more easier for those last holdouts and making the transition as easy as possible, folks will still be able to use their MetroCard through some parts of 2026. But as the chair mentioned, you will not be able to buy a MetroCard after New Year's Eve. So we do encourage you during this time to spend down the value of your MetroCard. Seek out our customer service centers that are throughout the community, and which will shortly grow to 30 locations by the end of the year, to tap in and get those reimbursements, as well as transfer those balances onto OmniCards. The transfers and the reimbursements is not limited to the customer service centers, so utilize those mobile units that visit your communities, and of course, those of you who like to travel down to Lower Manhattan, Stone Street is always a place to be. So I want to give a huge shout out to the station agents who are standing behind me. And the others who are not here today who stand at the ready every day to help our customers with the transition. So, amongst other duties that they do every day. So thank you so much. And we will increase those activities and engagement. And speaking of customer service centers, we will be doing special MetroCard themed photo op. Pop-up events at all of our customer service centers, as well as MTA-sponsored musical events throughout the end of the year to celebrate the MetroCard retirement in a festive way. But those of you who have dreamed about putting your face in a giant MetroCard cutout, guess what? Your dream has come true, so here's your chance today and throughout the end of the year. We also have plenty of cool merch that will be coming to the Transit Museum, as well as through our licensee, Only New York. So be on the lookout for that and all of those amazing collectibles. Similar to the Cardi B announcement, which many of you have heard, we will be introducing new station announcements with some of our iconic New Yorkers, as well as celebrities, saying and expressing their goodbyes in the most proper way. So again, it is fitting for all of us to be here today and send off this icon in the most iconic way. And those of you who want to come and participate, put your face in the cutout, you can check us out at mta.info/MTA Farewell for all the details and joining us for all the festive activities within the system. And with that, I'll turn it over to Demetrius Critchlow.
First, let me just say, speaking of goodbyes, Russell, you can go pick up that child. We wanted to acknowledge you, but you do not have to stand here for the entire program. But you're welcome to. Now, a man who does not wear merch, Demetrius Critchlow.
Who am I introducing today? Back channel. Thank you, Jano. Thank you, Shanifa. It really has been a huge amount of transit milestones this year. I mean, when you think about it, subways breaking records for performance. I mean, I'm sure most of you heard 85% we had for last month. The first time, 85%. We celebrated a ridership milestone earlier this month where we welcomed our 1 billionth subway rider 3 weeks earlier than we did last year. And we're here today to celebrate the goodbye shortly to MetroCard. It's pretty exciting, right? And having 3 billion taps, what does that show? That people actually want to use Omni. They're ready to transition. 3 billion riders have chosen to tap their way into the system because they know it is the easiest way to access our system. So don't just take it from us. Just ask any of the folks, part of that 3 billion folks, ask them because they're the ones who have chosen it. Now it's time. As someone who's been at the MTA for 28 years, I've seen fare products come and go. And on Monday, we'll mark the 121st year that the subway system has been running. The MetroCard itself is only a part of that history. And one day, Omni may be as well. But for now, we're excited. Changing the way you pay into the system always sounds harder than what it is. We're making it as easy as possible to switch to Omni. We already have 16 customer service centers. Shanifa acknowledged the work of the folks that stand behind me, but the work that they do is pretty fantastic. 16 locations you could go to right now, and by the end of the year, we'll be up to 30 locations where you can go to get service. Now, Omni offers the same benefits and more of MetroCards, like being able to use cash. But they have new benefits like having the ability to create an online account where you have a full assortment of options available, customer service tools right at your fingertips. So it's great to celebrate the transit system today and all of its history. I'm looking forward to the milestones of the future, especially to next year when we transition out of MetroCard. And with that, I turn it back to our distinguished chair, Mr. Lieber.
All right. Let's get some eating going on. We've got the swag bag to Russell. That child will accept the excuse, we hope. That's great. But
I think, sir, if I may, we have a formal presentation that the press is looking forward to of the swag. They would like to hear from Russell Levy if he's interested to say a few words.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tim Minton. No, ladies and gentlemen, Russell Levy. Come on.
This definitely was new for my day today. Wasn't really expecting this one, but I use the subway every single day. I use it multiple times. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And love the tap and Omni.
Thank you, Russell. Thanks, Ray.
Okay. Swag bag presentation accomplished. Customer speaking accomplished. Is there another phase of this exercise that I'm unaware of, or can we eat?
The press has questions, sir.
All right, they're keeping us from eating. All right. All right, let's go.
All right. Questions for whomever. Samantha Liebman wants to know what's in the swag bag and maybe some other stuff. Sam, go ahead.
I'm just wondering if there are still some kinks with Omni. I know someone who went on a bus, paid, and the charge did not show up in her Apple Wallet yet. And an Eagle team happened to come on within minutes, and she was written a summons. Obviously, she'll be able to fight it, but are you working out those glitches? Because the bus is not hardwired, so it's going to take a while to show up in someone's wallet.
So it's actually pretty simple. That all of the challenges about charges showing up and being processed are linked to one fundamental issue, which is the contractor who's building the back office of the computer system of Omni, Cubic, was operating on servers and they needed, because of the size of our ridership, to move it into the cloud. And they've done that in that update, that software update that took place a couple weekends ago. We are getting reports that things are being processed much, much more quickly, that the backlogs have been virtually eliminated. I don't know about the one condition that you've described, but so far the message that we've gotten, that we've seen, because we monitor it, is that the backlog of taps and charges being processed by the computer system has eased dramatically since that software update. But we're going to stay on it because that is an issue.
All right, Adam Cooperstein is right back there from NBC4. We're in his home station.
He's a lot taller than Andrew Siff.
True. Fact.
Okay.
I understand the MetroCards will no longer be sold after New Year's
Right.
Eve. When will the MetroCards no longer work to pay for a ride?
It's going to be sometime, we haven't nailed down the final date, but it's going to be sometime in 2026. But we have made it, we're taking this extra effort, Shanifa got into the details, to create customer service centers all over the system, all over the city, where people can trade in and transfer the value of their old MetroCards onto whatever Omni medium they're using, whatever tap and ride medium they're using. So we're going to make it easy, but we're part of the reason we're doing this and other events is to make sure people know time is coming when we're not going to sell any more MetroCards, and that is New Year's Eve.
All right, Mac Rosenberg is over here.
One
Sorry.
quick follow-up. Just you
Yeah.
mentioned 87%, a new high for the use of Omni tap and ride.
No, 90 yesterday.
87% is for the month.
Yeah, 87% is the average.
Of the month,
yeah.
right? So either way, you're at your all-time high. Have you noticed it's higher subway versus bus or vice versa? A difference?
It's a little higher on the subway. It's definitely a little higher on the subway. But bus came up dramatically over the last year. Bus a year ago was in the like 30 or 40% range, and it has surged, so it's within striking distance of subway performance. So people who are riding the bus are also switching to tap and ride, and that in the last year it's been a dramatic shift.
All right, straight down the middle, Mac Rosenberg from
Mac.
1010 wins on 92.3. Mac.
Thank you. As you look back 30 years with the MetroCard, what do you see as its legacy? What did it mean for the MTA and the city?
Well, listen, I was a kid who grew up, with change on the bus and tokens in the subway. And I remember, number one is, it proved that changing the fare payment, everybody was up in arms when we switched from tokens to MetroCard, and it ended up being great. It was great because it made it really easy to get a transfer, and it made it easier to get discounts because we could sell monthly and weekly discounts. We're going, the legacy of the discounts is going to be increased with Tap and Ride because we can give more different fare products that are promotions and discounts with Tap and Ride than we can with MetroCard. And right now, you can use Tap and Ride, Omni, to get a weekly, and you don't have to prepay. So another benefit, we're moving up the curve of being more rider-friendly, moving from MetroCard, which was a success, now to Omni, to Tap and Ride.
All right, Greg Mocker's here from Pix 11 News. Greg?
Mr. Chairman, off of Sam's question, I've heard of people having trouble linking their transit tax benefit, or after the update, their card is getting kicked off. How are those one-offs, or are you able to track kind of the top issues, and how are you addressing those?
No, those are issues that we've heard about. As I said, the update is the thing that we believe will have changed the frequency of all those kind of challenges with the Tap and Ride system. So we're monitoring it very, very closely. I get emails, I get texts from individual riders. I'm not secret about where to find me. And they're farmed out to professionals who immediately deal with the rider issues. And we're having a lot of satisfied customers saying, thank you for dealing with the issue. We have also increased our customer service, our phone customer service. It is much faster to get somebody on the phone. Shanifa, what's the number?
We're down to about 60 seconds.
It's about 60 seconds to get someone on the phone. Used to be, 5+ minutes plus. So you can call the MTA. You can do it online, mta.info. All this information, 511 is the other way to contact us. Contact us. We will deal with whatever your tap and ride issue is, but there are a lot fewer than, we all had that experience of MetroCards that didn't scan for one reason or another, and they're new problems, but we're dealing with them.
All right, just time for a couple more. Greg, you had something else? Or
Yeah, can I?
Go ahead, and then we'll get to the last question.
The Humans of New York exhibit upstairs wrapped up. People loved it. Nice to walk around there. How do you think that it went, and is that something that we could see again?
Well, what it was is it shows that we can take an iconic, huge facility like Grand Central and create interesting things the public can experience. And you know what? It wasn't an art piece. It was advertising. They paid a couple of $1 million to do that presentation, the Humans of New York. So it was great for the MTA, our commercial team, the team that deals with all the advertising in the system are the ones who solicited and arranged it. And it also was real fun for New York. I went in a couple of times to Grand Central, and there were like people, tourists from all over, standing there and watching it and really digging it. So it was fun.
Okay, we have time for one more memo to Carvel. Let's get the flying saucers out of the freezer because we're about to eat.
Are they
And
melted?
Not yet. I think they're in the freezer. Evan Simko-Bednarski is here from the New York Daily News. Evan.
Happy Friday, Jenno. So there was an effort, over the past year or so to really roll out Omni card vending machines in the subway stations. With buses, especially in situations where folks take the bus from outside the system to other places in the subway system, what are you doing to make it easier for folks, especially since you can't have, you're not going to be able to pay with coins anymore? What are you doing to make it easier for folks to get an Omni card, a physical Omni card in the outer reaches of the bus network?
Okay, so there are 980 Omni machines out there in every subway station. That was, that took a lot of this year to get that out there. So that's a huge step in the right direction. In addition, we have the retail network, and the same places that are selling MetroCards, like weeklies and monthlies, a lot of them are bodegas and check cashing places and so on. Those are going to continue. And we've got the retail network, which is all you can find out on mta.info about the closest location near you. Some of them are like CVS and Walgreens and those kinds of neighborhood stores. But the big thing, Evan, is the physical card is not necessary. Most people are paying with the credit card. They can pay on the bus with a credit card, just like they can in the subway. They can pay with their Google Wallet, their Apple Wallet. So there are going to be a lot fewer actual cards. It's not the same as the MetroCard system, and that's good for everybody. A lot of variety, a lot of optionality.
All right, thanks everybody. Really appreciate your being here today. And just a note, the chairman's admonition about a cap on press food does not apply to photographers. Photographers can have as much as they want. And for the folks watching the live stream, we're going to be sending you a press release later with pictures and video so you can see all of this beautiful food and the other displays. Thanks again, everybody.